Do you tend to journal to unload heavy feelings? And then you look back at the pages only to find your frustration staring back at you? And yes, science encourages to write about difficult emotions and situations, and for a very good reason. It is deeply therapeutic. But here's the thing, if your journal becomes a dumping ground for mostly pain, you risk reinforcing the very same patterns that you're trying to release. And so I would like you to remember this. Finding balance in your journal writing is paramount for your mental health. And that is why today we are going to explore a type of journaling that is called positive journaling. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Juma. I am a certified Journal to the Self instructor. I've been hosting journaling sessions since 2019, and the vision is to make journaling a mainstream wellness practice as accessible and understood as yoga and meditation. So imagine wherever you are in the world, you can attend a journaling class that is not only based on a personal experience, but actually based on writing therapy, on years of research and discoveries. So if this resonates with you, subscribe so we can stay in touch. So now, back to the video. Let's start with what is actually positive journaling. Essentially, positive journaling fuses two fascinating areas of science: writing therapy and positive psychology. Writing in various forms has been empirically studied and shown to have many benefits for your mental health and even for your physical health. Positive psychology, also known as the science of happiness, has shown that simple, positive daily changes can have a profound impact in your well-being. Now, positive journaling is the combination of the two. It is the practice of intentionally focusing your writing to enhance your health and overall well-being. In short, positive journaling is positive psychology in action. Now, as a disclaimer, positivity is not about being happy all the time and sugarcoating life. And it's definitely not about bypassing and putting your head in the sand when things get hard. In fact, positivity is not even something that you are. Positivity is something that you do. It's a skill, a practice that you can build over time through, for example, journaling. And let's face it, life is challenging. That's exactly why cultivating grounded positivity, I'm going to call it that way, it's so important. It's not about ignoring pain, it's about reclaiming your agency in the midst of all. In a world flooded with distraction and fear, prioritizing your well-being becomes a quiet act of rebellion. And with that being said, let's get started. These are 5 journaling ideas that will break your negativity cycle and rewire your brain for positivity. And these are grounded in the PERMA Model developed by Dr. Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, which outlines 5 core elements of happiness and well-being: positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments. So let's begin with the first element, writing about positive emotions. The idea here is simple but powerful, and in Dr. Seligman's words, curing the negatives does not automatically create the positives. And therefore, to truly cultivate well-being, we must also create the positives too. And how does journaling help with that? In her book, Write Yourself Happy, Megan C. Hayes offers a step-by-step approach to positive journaling by exploring 8 different positive emotions, and they are joy, gratitude, serenity, interest, hope, pride, awe, and love. And for each emotion, Megan suggests different journaling exercises for you to connect with and even expand those feelings. And these are my 5 favorite journaling ideas from the book. So let's use joy as an example. Write about a time in the past that brought you joy. 2. Find joy in the moment and describe it in detail. 3. Write about a future time that you anticipate that will bring you joy. 4. Using all 5 senses, describe what this emotion feels like for you. And 5. Write about a person that brings you joy. Now, what if you're going through a rough time and you don't feel any positive emotion at all? According to Megan's book and research in positive psychology, you can actually self-generate positive emotions, not by faking it, but by influencing your internal emotional states through intention, attention, and practice. Because positivity is never mandatory, but is always a possibility. And also, our emotional experiences are multidimensional, which means that you can feel what is considered positive and negative emotions at the same time. For example, you can feel grief and relief at the same time. So if it feels difficult to access positive emotions right now, start by acknowledging the source of your difficult feelings, but also trust in your capacity to gently generate positive ones through intention and consistent practice. And in the words of Megan, positive journaling is not about looking at the world with rose-tinted glasses. It's more about taking a pair of dirty glasses off. The second pillar of the PERMA model is engagement, the sense of being fully absorbed in what you're doing. Dr. Martin Seligman describes it as being one with the music. This mental state is also known as the flow state, the sweet spot where the challenge of a task perfectly matches your skill level, and you become so engaged and focused in that activity that your sense of time begins to fade. It's like that scene in The Matrix when Neo is dodging bullets. So how do you create more flow in your life? One powerful way is by identifying and using your strengths. A study by Dr. Martin Seligman and colleagues found that individuals who used their strengths each day for 1 week were happier and less depressed even 6 months later. So now the question becomes, do you know or are you aware of your strengths? And this is where journaling comes in. The second journaling idea is for you to write your strengths list. Essentially, you'll be listing 7 of your strengths. Maybe it is curiosity, perseverance, a sense of humor, kindness. Now, positive psychology identifies 24 main character strengths. And if you want to learn more about it, I'm going to leave a URL, a link in the comments below. Not in the comments, in the description. And after writing your strengths list, place it somewhere where you're likely to see it. Maybe it is in your journal or on the desk. And then reflect on how you can apply them in the next week. And if you'd like to inspire one another, let us know in the comments below some of your top strengths. The third pillar of the PERMA model is relationships, which refers to feeling supported, loved, and valued by others. You already know that healthy relationships are essential to our well-being because we are inherently social creatures. And whether you are extroverted or introverted, we all need healthy relationships to thrive. In fact, the longest study on human happiness was made in Harvard for 85 years, and they found that the #1 predictor of a happy, healthy, and long life, it wasn't wealth, it wasn't Instagram followers, or even diet. It was the strength of your relationships. So how can journaling strengthen your relationships? Well, you probably have heard about gratitude journaling before.
I started keeping a gratitude journal. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Now, what if we expand gratitude journaling not just to write it on the page, but also to share it with others? So, the third journaling idea for positivity is for you to write a thank you note. You can see it as a sibling of gratitude journaling, and here is how to do it. The first step is for you to be personal, so choose someone who has impacted your life recently. The second is to be specific, so write and describe what they did and why it mattered to you. And lastly, be expressive, share it. You can write a short WhatsApp message. You can, if you're more old school like me, write it in a letter, and you can also say it in person. The fourth pillar of the PERMA model is meaning, the idea that we all need to belong and contribute to something greater than ourselves. Often when we speak about meaning and purpose, we start spiraling down into existential questions, but actually, your purpose doesn't have to be a job or a career. It doesn't have to make you money. It doesn't even have to change the world. It only has to change you. In Japan, there is this concept called ikigai that translates as a reason for being. And ikigai doesn't have to be grand or impressive. It can be something like writing poetry that no one reads, or even simply making tea with love and care. And according to positive psychology, meaning includes coherence, and that is that life makes sense even if it's painful or difficult. Purpose, having goals and a direction that feels worthwhile, and significance, that your life matters and that you're contributing in some way. Now, the fourth journaling idea for positivity is for you to reflect on what meaning means to you. For example, you can write it in free form, you can make a list, or you can even do a cluster of what meaning is for you. If you're not familiar with clustering as a journaling technique, you can watch my video on journaling for mental health. And if you want to go deeper into the different journaling techniques, you can also check the Journal to the Self. So the message that I want to leave here is that meaning isn't necessarily something that you find, meaning is something that you can create. The fifth and final pillar of the PERMA model is accomplishment, the sense of progress, achievement, and the pursuit of meaningful goals. But here's the thing, while we often measure our accomplishments in big milestones, the truth is that it is the small daily wins that actually shape our personal growth. So the last journaling idea for positivity is to write a tada list. And by tada, I mean like tada, which is very different from the pressure of the to-do list. A tada list is a record of things that you have accomplished in that day, week, or month, however small. It's about shifting your focus from what's left to do to what you have already done, which helps train your brain to notice progress, not just problems. An example can be, took 10 minutes to meditate before starting the day, or finally replied to that email I've been putting off. It may sound simple, and it is, but don't let it fool you. Writing consistently a tada list is going to reinforce a psychological principle called self-efficacy, which is your belief in your ability to take action and make things happen. And the more you see evidence of your own capability, the more motivated and empowered you feel. So remember to name it, celebrate it, and let's create more tada moments. Now, recapping the 5 journaling ideas to rewire your brain for positivity are: number 1, write about positive emotions. And if you want to go deeper, get Megan's book so you can explore the full range of emotions and the journaling exercises. Number 2, write your strengths list and remember also to apply those strengths in the next couple of days. Number 3, write thank you notes because gratitude is magnified when you share it. Number 4, reflect on what brings you joy. And number 5, write a tada list and celebrate the small daily wins. And remember that none of this will work unless you do the work. So if right now you don't have the time to try any of these journaling exercises, like this video so you can save it for later. And thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. I'm really grateful and I don't take it for granted. And I will see you very soon. Bye.